I'm just thankful for, okay, thanks. I'm thankful for technology that I can be homesick and still meet with you guys. So, and thank you for showing up. You guys are amazing. Okay, so classify acute, obtuse, right, or straight. I'm going to have you guys do those on your own. Okay. Or you can request them at the end. Okay, because this session might be a little short. So you guys can do those. Estimate the number of degrees. Okay, let's just do number 8. Okay, can you guys type into the chat an estimate for the degrees for number 8? All right, we got one coming through and you are correct. Yeah, can you guys type into the chat? All right, 180. Yeah, so a straight line is 180. Let's go ahead and do number 6. What would be your estimate for number 6? Okay, which does bring up a question. Okay. Now, so the question is, do we go the short way around or the long way around? We assume that we go the short way around. Okay, so yes, 160 would be a good estimate. Okay. Draw an estimate of the angles. I'm going to have you guys do that on your own. As you can see, there's a line all the way down here. You're supposed to put it there. Anyway, okay, so request it at the end if you want to do these together. Number 16. Okay. Name an angle. Now, it has 2 different sets of directions. You could tell one I changed and one came with the problem that I couldn't change. I'm so sorry. Okay. By the way, I just want to thank you guys for showing up. I actually feel like better talking to you guys. Like it kind of invigorates me. Okay, name each angle in 4 ways. So 4 of them are correct. 1 of them is wrong. Okay, so let's just go ahead and follow this direction. Which one is not the correct way to name this angle? Which one cannot be the name? Or let's say which one, okay. Now, so let's go through. How about B? B, yes or no? Okay, so you could name this angle 4. So that's a yes. How about D? Can we just use one letter? Yes, as long as this letter is the vertex. You can use 3 letters or you can use 1 as long as it's the vertex. So D, yes. Now notice, it could be just M. Notice M is the vertex. It must be in the middle. I'm so nasty. I'm sorry. M must be in the middle. So what is the only one that is not a correct naming of the angle? Correct. That leaves A. That is the wrong one. All the rest are correct. Okay. How about 18? Choose the wrong name. Which of these could not be the name and why? What do you think? Could we call it Angle 5. Ah, you are correct. Oh, by the way, I love it when you guys respond direct message because then it doesn't give the answer away to everyone else. Okay. You are correct. And let me see your name, Mariska. So number 5, yes, we could call it 5. Could we call it J? Yes, because J is the vertex. If you're only going to give it a 1-letter name, we're giving it where you have to use the vertex. Now, look at these 3, B, C, and E. One of those has the wrong letter in the middle. Okay, if you have not already, tell me which one is wrong. Which one has, correct, the wrong letter in the middle? Ding, ding, ding. C is wrong because J, you could either have only J or 3 letters with J in the middle. Okay. Let's go on to number 20. Polygon. Oh, by the way, there's also last year's video. If you want to see how we did this last year. So there's always last year's video. Or if you want to work ahead and get that done, except the very last problem on the packet is not on last year's video. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice this is not part of the name. This is not regular. Okay, this is not what the question's asking for. Can anyone tell me why this is not a regular polygon? I don't know if you have covered that in your videos yet. Oh, ding, ding, ding. Awesome. Okay, to be regular, it would have to have equal sides and equal angles. Okay, and those little marks that I made are not saying equal sides. I was just counting the sides. Okay, it looks like it does not have equal sides, and it looks like it does not have equal angles, so it's not regular. Okay, so it has 5 sides. So it is a pentagon, not pentagram. Pentagon. All right, awesome. Thank you. Good job. 21. Notice this is very much not regular. This is actually caved in. Yeah, when you get to calculus, you're going to learn the word concave because it's caved in. Very much not regular. So let's count the sides. 7 sides. Yeah, 7 sides. So does anyone know this one? Okay. This one is a heptagon. I've also seen septagon, but heptagon, correct. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. Now, keep in mind when you come in to take, let's talk about the test when you come in. When you come in to take the test, you are going to bring the practice exam that we do week 4. Okay. So you're going to bring the practice exam. So you can use the practice exam on the individual exam. Okay. So if there's anything on any of these toolkits that is not on the practice exam, you're going to want to write that down. Okay. And one of those things might be the names of these polygons. Okay. Now we're going to do this one more time. You can tell this came from the School Yourself video. So What would be a correct name for this angle? We're going to have two different versions. All right. Oh, we're going to have three different versions. We could say DEB. Correct. You guys are awesome. And we're going to say, oh, I love it. I love the, that was greater than. BED, awesome, or E. Okay, you guys totally have that. We're just gonna go on to the next thing. Okay, 23. First of all, cover that up. Is this an equation? Don't look at the directions. Is this, just look at your screen. Is this an equation or an expression, and why? Okay, type in direct message, equation or expression, and why. And I'll give you thinking music. Do, 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 do. That doesn't help, huh? All right, we have one answer come in. You are correct. Correct. Yeah, anyone else? Okay, someone mentioned there is no equal sign. So when there is no equal sign, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. We're going to put that over there. Sorry. When there is no equal sign, it is an expression. Okay. We are not solving. We are just combining like terms. Okay. Combine like terms. So these are alike. V plus V. When I am adding terms, does the coefficient in front change or the exponent change? Okay, so is it 2V or V squared when I am adding terms? It is 2V. Okay, V plus V is 2V. So 2V plus 3. Now this is an expression. Do I put an equal sign in the middle and divide by 2? Or am I done? Done. This is not an equation. We are not solving. This is an expression. Correct. We are done. So very important that we recognize the difference between an equation and an expression. And when we add variables, the coefficient, okay, so let's just talk about this. V plus V is 2V. V times V, what happens when I multiply variables? That's when we get the exponent. Yeah, nice, even use a little caret. Okay, when you add, you get a coefficient, right? The big number in front. When you multiply, you get an exponent. And this concept right here shows up again and again and again in your little attendance quizzes. Okay, so that's one thing. Practicing a little bit because you guys are headed towards advanced algebra next year. Okay. How about this? Negative 6a plus 10a. Oh, very quick. Thank you. Yep, keep going. Anybody else? Negative 6 plus 10. Thank you. Is 4a. Yeah, -6 plus 10. You can look at a little, if this is 0, number line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we went down 6, up 10. We end up at +4. Okay, so this is where some of you have a very strong foundation. Some of you have gaps, and maybe we need to talk about that. Okay, kind of depending on how your pre-algebra class went and algebra class went. So you guys are coming from very different backgrounds. So here's the answer for A. How about this one? It's an expression. So what do? We combine like terms. Starting with your variables. Very good, thank you. Yeah, Zoomers? Anyone else? Thank you, good job. Okay, so we have, I'm gonna put an invisible 1. Yeah. So we have 11n. Now, -4 minus 6. Now, you're welcome to use a calculator or keep, change, or some people call it swish swish. So if I have 4 negatives and 6 negatives, altogether I have 10 negatives. So 11n minus 10. This is an expression. It is done. I do not put an equal sign in the middle and divide. Okay, number 26, you are going to do on your own or stick around at the end and we'll do it together. Okay, come on. Come on. Just having a lovely morning. Okay, so solve this equation. Draw a line down the equal sign. We see that we have an equation. We have an equal sign. Oh, you got it. You were correct, by the way. Thanks. Okay, we have an equal sign and we are balancing the two equations. So, and I'm tired of this being so fat. Okay. Okay, so step 1 is combine like terms. Very quick. Yes, you are awesome. Okay, so we are going to combine like, you're both awesome. Good job. Combine like terms. Okay, 8v plus v is 9v. Yeah, and we bring down the -9. Okay. Next step, isolate the variable. Yeah, we've combined like terms. The next step is isolate. So this 9 and v, notice they have a blank space in between. Okay. So if there's a blank space, that means they are being multiplied. Yeah. Kind of like Taylor Swift, blank space. If you've got a blank space, baby, you multiply. Okay, My singing is even worse than usual. That was really sad. Okay, so blank space, that means those two things are being multiplied. The opposite of multiply is divide. So V is equal to -1. Correct. Good job. All right. Next. Step 1, combine like terms. Okay, we see we have x's. So with our calculator, we do 1 scratch paper. 1 take away 3 is -2. Keep, change. Okay, so bring down the -13, bring down the equal sign, -2x minus 9. Step 2, isolate. Now, we are isolating the variable. So we peel off the -2 and the -9. Okay, we need to get rid of the -2 and the -9, starting with whatever is loosely attached. So I add 9 to both sides. -4. Oh, I see you're starting to type in answers. Is equal to -2x. First, we get rid of the plus or minus. We see a blank space. That means that's -2 times x, right? Blank space is multiply. That means the opposite of multiply is divide both sides by -2. I like to lead with my variable x is equal to 2. Good job. Correct. Yeah, we combine like terms and then we start isolating the variable. Okay. 29 and 30, those are on your own, or stick around when we're done and we will do these together. Let's talk about vocabulary. Okay, notice, let's put a little mark. AB is congruent to BC. So what vocabulary word do we assign to B? Not middle, because middle is like everyday language. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Anyone else, Zoomers? Ooh, not the, okay. I see how you could call it the vertex, but because this is a line segment, okay? Now, if I tell you it's a straight angle, you could say vertex. But this is a line segment. So B, we are going to call the midpoint. Yeah, but that was a very interesting point. But we would have to say it was a straight angle. So midpoint for segment, vertex for angles. How about this? If I have something with two big fat endpoints, I tried to make them very obvious. Actually, there may have been arrows that I covered up with endpoints. Okay, what do I call this? Correct. Anyone else, Zoomers? No. This is not a line. This is a line. Correct segment. Okay. Okay, what are we going to call this? Let's say they all have arrows. This one's a little different. Okay. So it is a line, well, it's actually a ray, going through the middle of the angle. This OP, so OP is this one's harder because it's not quite so obvious. Angle oh, did I forget the E? Angle bisector. Yeah, angle bisector. So sorry, all the coughing. Yeah, OP is the angle bisector. It's also a ray, but it is a ray in the middle of the angle. So it is the angle bisector. Okay, what do we call something with arrows on both sides? Ding, ding, ding. This is a line. Yeah. Okay. This is similar. We did a similar problem last week. Each basket has 12 apples. Okay, Zoomers, ignore this for right now. This to go away. Okay, let's focus on this. Okay, Zoomers, each basket has 12 apples. 2 baskets, how many apples? Correct. Anyone else? Correct. Okay, so 2 baskets. So we could either go 12 plus 12 is 24, or 12 times 2 is 24. Awesome. Okay. Okay, how about 20? 20 baskets. All right. Now, we could either take 12 plus 12. Yeah. We could either take 20 of those. Or I could do 20 times 12. Does anyone see a shortcut? If I know 2, how can I get 20? Anyone see a shortcut? Another method besides adding 12 20 times and taking 20 times 12? Could we just take this answer if the top is multiplied by 10, the bottom is multiplied by 10? Yeah, add a 0. Basically, I just added a 0. Okay. Now, 30, to be honest, I would just do this. 30 times 12. 360, right? Okay. Now, I could just take 15 times 12. But does anyone see another method? A shortcut. Yeah, good. Anyone else see it? I could take 15 times 12. Or if I divide the top by 2, I can also divide the bottom by 2 and get 180. Okay, I know these are weird. These are kind of working on your creativity a little bit. And some of you totally see that originally, and some aren't super comfortable with it. Okay, let me move this. So any thoughts for 45? I could take 45 times 12. Ah, okay. Or I could take this answer and multiply by 3. That looks easier to multiply. Okay, and if we are trying to stretch our creativity, does anyone see another method for getting 45? There's one more that I see. Do you happen to notice anything about these two? 30 plus 15 is 45. So I could add those two to get the 540. Okay. And we're going to skip this one. I think we've exhausted that. Okay, and now I've written all over all of this. So I'm going to have to clean this up a little bit. Okay, now there's a little pre-algebra review that I want to talk about. 10% of 30. 10% is, what is a decimal? All right, 0.1 or 0.10. Of is times 30. Okay, so Zoomers, what is 0.10 times 30? is, ooh, careful. It is 3. Okay. If I took 0.10 times 30, I would get 3. Yeah, you with me? Just trust me on that one. Okay, or plug it into your calculator. Okay, now without plugging it into your calculator, if 10% of 30 is 3, take a yeah, you're ahead of me. Take a yeah, you're ahead of me. How much is 10% of 60? Yeah, anyone else? 6. Yeah, 0.10 times 60. I know you're thinking, what does this have to do with geometry? I just want to review it. It's gonna come in. Okay. Zoomers, what would 10% of 70 be? Yeah. Notice, basically 10%, you just take off one of the places. Now, the tricky one is 10% of 75. You could take off a 0. You can't just take off a 5. Does anyone have a guess? It would be 7.5. Yeah, it doesn't just disappear. The decimal moves over. Okay, we're going to do this for another day, not doing that one. Okay, Zoomers, that is it. Okay, if you can do all those others on your own, thank you for joining me. See you next week. By next week, I will be well and I will be at the office. If you would like to stick around, I'm now going to go backwards and start doing some of the ones I skipped so we can do them together. Okay, but thank you for coming. You're probably gonna disappear at some point, so I just wanted to say thank you. And you guys have a good day, and let's work backwards, do some of these together. Okay, bye-bye. See you next week. Okay, step number 1. What are we gonna do, Zoomers? Oh, okay, step number 1 is combine like terms. Yeah, do you see any like terms that you can combine? Those are our constant terms. So we have negative 3m. With my calculator, I'm going to do negative 7 plus 4, and I'm going to get negative 3. Okay, so we've combined all our like terms. The next step is to isolate. Okay, Zoomers, what do we do next? Add 3. cancel. Negative 3m is equal to negative 12. Last step, divide. M is equal to 4. So combine like terms, isolate. Let's do this one. I'm going to put an invisible 1 right there. Okay, combine like terms. Negative 1 plus 4 is negative 3n. Isolate, divide by negative 3. And I lead with my variable, n is equal to negative 9 divided by negative 3. Those negatives cancel, and I get 3. Okay, let's do 26. Negative 8 minus a. I'm going to go keep, change. Negative 8 plus a negative 1 is negative 9a. Okay, Zoomers, that is it for today, unless anyone has any other requests of anything I skipped. Any requests? Are we good? Okay, Zoomers, signing off.